Baby. What is going on, gentlemen? Welcome to the Leaders into Legends Summer Men's Retreat intro video. That's the best I got. What I aim to do here, peeps, and if you're here, it's because you're interested in coming on the Leaders to Legends Summer Men's Retreat in Zion National Park, July 25th to August 1st. And I wanted to take some time to put together a little video and a little presentation to just really show you why I decided to host this, why myself and Colton are hosting this, how it all works, and ultimately what you can expect, just so that you have a much clearer understanding of what we're doing here. I put everything I have into Leaders into Legends and to making these experiences just the most powerful they can possibly be. And so I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. I'm assuming you're here because you either follow me, which thank you so much for the support. You know someone who knows me, or someone said this would be a good fit for you possibly. And my goal here is to help you find out if it is. I think through this presentation, you're going to have a really clear understanding of myself, of why this event is happening, and ultimately what my larger vision for Leaders of Legends is. And it shouldn't take more than like 10 to 15 minutes. And at the end of it, if you feel like it's something you're open to, there'll be a little button below. You can apply for the retreat. I'll mention that again later just to give you guys an idea of how I operate, the next steps, all that stuff. But first, I just wanted to thank you so much. And we're shaking around here. I got my ladybug maraca going, and I'm just grateful. Grateful. I'll share my screen with you though. I'm gonna walk you through this. So bear with me here. Peeps. Leaders into Legends Men's Retreat, Zion National Park, July 25th, August 1st. If you haven't been to Zion, first and foremost, most incredible place ever. I posted, I think this is my 5th retreat there. So, whoa. First and foremost, though, peeps, why am I hosting this? Okay. Gents, for a really long part of my life, I did not like myself. And that first picture, the one in the middle, that was a really challenging season for me. It was a season in college where I was really trying to figure out who the heck I was. While that picture on the right, that's a recent picture of me. And that guy knows exactly who he is. And so much of what you can expect from the retreat is understanding exactly who you are and feeling like you are progressing in that inner alignment, inner purpose direction that you can feel inside, that intuition, right? But for me in the middle, going back to it, the reason I didn't like myself is because I hid in plain sight. I was always on the hunt for more money, more knowledge, more power, more business, more women. Like, how can I accumulate more? How can I make myself feel better about myself versus just being comfortable with who I am? Like that picture on the right. Like when I saw that picture yesterday when I was making this, it made me emotional. I was just like, dude, I love me. Like that guy is like, that is the most accurate representation of who I am that has ever been on this planet. And that just feels so empowering. But I was doing those things again so I could just temporarily feel good about myself. Just temporarily. It wasn't lasting. That's why I had to always get more. And so many of the clients that I've worked with in Leaders of Legends, so many of the men that I've gotten to meet, so many men who have come on previous retreats, it's always that similar, I'm hiding because I'm afraid of who I really am and giving up all the things that I've been gaining. And I feel really powerful having these things. Giving them up makes me feel really weak, and I'm not sure if that's safe. And it is. But for me, the real issue that I was going through is I just suffered from living life without love and purpose. And it led me down the darkest path of my life, and it led me so far away from myself. And just like, for me, when I think back on that, I was so conscious of who I was when I was a young kid. Like, I kind of had a strong intuition of who I was and what I liked, what I didn't like, what was an action that I would take, what wasn't something that I would do. And over time, as I just let myself go away and I adopted all of the societal norms and beliefs and mind frame, all that stuff, I just got super distant from who I was, super distant from that guy on the right. And what I found, and this is like part of my story that I don't always share, but my dad passed away from lung cancer when I was like 22. And through the process of me getting into drugs, being a drug dealer, doing all kinds of just things that were just so not who I was, I found myself really, really needing to unlock my heart and be in a place where I found love for myself again, love for life again. And ultimately, it was the courage to connect with myself that brought me back to that guy on the right. And it's been an absolute journey, and I'll share so much more about that. But I'm hosting this because this transformation is possible. You can go from someone who doesn't like themselves that much right now, even if you're successful and have everything. You can go from that person to someone who has purpose, someone who has presence of life, someone who has peace in their heart, and someone has power in their soul, feels like light. You can do that. I did, and I've helped many, many men do it. And there's a ton of people below. If you look down at the stories of previous people who have come, who have done it too, you can. And that's why I'm hosting, because when you change yourself, you change the world. And I'm so proud of the man that I am and the man on the right. And he's a good person. And having him in the world is a good thing. And I know so many of you want that and need that. You just don't know where to look. So I decided to create space for that. That's what we're doing. Right? So the vision, I just said it, is changing the world by changing yourself. Right? The Leaders of Legends men's retreat experience was created to, first and foremost, create a safe space for men to bridge the gap between their minds and their hearts. This is in vulnerability, right? And if you look at that picture, that's the squad from the last Zion retreat. That's the Zion Narrows. Absolutely incredible place. We'll probably hit that up on a trip. But the one thing that all those men have in common is an open heart. And if you look at all their faces, you can just see an openness. There's a connection. There's a conscious awareness that, like, we're here to grow. We're here to be better men. And creating a safe space for men to bridge the gap between their minds and hearts, to me, is just being comfortable sharing what's been on your mind that you haven't felt comfortable telling people, and then being open to the accompanying feelings that come with that. There's going to be some feelings that come up, and maybe you're not used to feeling, or you need to identify to move forward in your life. All of that, though, is just going to help you become a better communicator, and that's going to play out in your life in so many positive ways. So the first thing is creating this connection between mind and heart. The second is building a life that brings their greatest success, your greatest success, playing by your own rules, removing the beliefs that you know aren't you, removing the thoughts, removing the frames of mind, the ways of being, the memorized patterns that you exist by, the roboticness that you don't want anymore, embracing being yourself, being human, playing by your own rules, winning the game of life your own way. Okay, we're teaching that. We're undoing the code that has been written by other people in your life or society or what you think you need to be, and we're rewriting it in our own words. Okay, that's power. Okay? And finally, it's connecting with other men and creating a real community of gentlemen living their lives with freedom and purpose. All these guys, and I look at all of them right here, right now, and as they've grown from this experience, all of them are in the most free-flowing state they've ever been. All of them are having the most success they've ever had, and all of them are still in touch. We still meet in the Leaders Legends men's group. We still are connected. We still remember the retreat. We still talk about the memories to this day. These guys are living legends, all of them, and they're going to do incredible things and continue to do incredible things in their life. And to be a part of a group like that, knowing that we've formed here, is just so rewarding and just feels amazing. Right? So that's the vision. Right? How does it all work, though? So first and foremost, you hear me talk about it all the time if you follow me. Presence, peace, and power. First component of this, how we get to a place where we can be open and have these conversations and learn to play by our own rules and rewire our brains for more presence, peace, and power and more life and more love and more freedom, is first it's presence. The pace of our life in America is insanely fast. There's hardly any time for reflection. So the first step is always presence. If the water of the river is flowing too rapidly and crashing, you can't see the bottom. You have to let it sit. And that's why we choose to do 7 days for the retreats. Because in a 7-day retreat, you are going to disconnect. You're going to give yourself permission to say, you know what? I'm just going to be here and I'm going to be present. And I'm far away from everything that I know. And in that space, you're going to find stillness. And in that stillness, you're going to find presence. And Southern Utah is the most incredible place on earth to find it. It's just so connecting. That's the first component. The first component is presence, still water. Second component is peace, peering through the water, through meditation, breath work, and all the different connective, emotional group exercises we're going to do at the retreat. There will be plenty. You're going to be able to see through the water, maybe for the first time in your life. See through yourself, maybe for the first time in your life. See through others, maybe for the first time in your life. And you're going to get clarity. With peace comes clarity. Where there's presence, there's peace. Where there's peace, there's power. Right? So this 3-step process, this first is presence, is is moving from this place of absence. I'm not present. I'm everywhere to this place of presence right here. This is the only place I'm at, just right here. This place of chaos in my life, this place of peace. This place of weakness, I'm at the mercy of. I can't make changes. I feel like I'm in scarcity. I don't feel comfortable sharing what I want to share. I don't feel comfortable being vulnerable. This place of weakness, this place of power, right? And that's through your own expanded awareness and witnessing the transformation of your fellow legends. You're going to feel power than you've never felt before. You're going to feel connected like you've never felt before. And that's going to illuminate the way forward for you to know exactly what you need to do. That's why when people come to these retreats, they leave and they immediately can take the action because we've spent the time being present, feeling peaceful, and letting the peace come, and then letting the power come on top of it, and really chart and traject the way forward. When presence, peace, and power are in harmony, there's strength, there's masculine awareness, and most important, there's fun, there's joy, there's success, there's freedom, there's all the things that I know so many of you desire. They're all accessible. They're all accessible through presence, peace, and power. So if there's anything you can take from this presentation, you may not come to the retreat. Take presence, peace, and power. Just take them and go with them and let them change your life. Promise they will. Okay? So what does it all entail? First and foremost, that is Copper Rock Ridge, and it is the dopest location of any retreat that I've ever hosted. It overlooks an incredible valley, like 20 minutes outside Zion, and on the back you can see the Red Rock Mesas. That backs up into the Grand Escalante Staircase National Park, and it's just so peaceful. And at night you look up, after I put the telescope, you can see all the stars. It's just, oh, I can't wait. It's just the best. We're going to have both those places. So Copper Rock Ridge House is on the right, and then there's a really dope apartment on the top of the garage on the left. And we have that whole area. There's only a few little like houses around, but mostly it's all on us, and we have so much freaking space. So I am just freaking stoked for that. It's going to be amazing. Also, we're having the most fun that you have ever had in your entire life. It's going to be, the game is grabbing up on this. It's just that fun. The most inner growth you've ever experienced. Hold on one second here. My computer's going to die. Bear with me here. Actually, my computer's about to die in the middle of that. So anyway, I'm going to go back. So 7 days, all inclusive. That means food, whatever you need, we got you. Like literally anything. It's all on us. Like you pay for everything, and then we just do what we need to do to make it the best experience for you. If you have special questions, you can ask me, but we got you. Most fun you've ever had. Everyone who comes leaves having the most fun. For me, I'm a really big proponent of like doing the work as a third of the time, adventuring and experiencing the places a third of the time, and then just chilling and having fun a third of the time. Like I really feel like that is the perfect combination of like I feel like I'm at summer camp, but I'm also feeling like I'm at the most empowering event I've ever been at in my life, while in the coolest place ever. It really is just there's nothing else like it, right? The most inner growth you've ever had. Just look at the testimonials. Look at people's stories, and you'll see what I mean by that. You're not going to be the same when you leave. You're going to be the most empowered version of yourself, and it's going to feel amazing. Zion adventure activities. We're going to hike. We're going to bike. We might do some like ATV type adventures, but usually getting out there, getting into the nature and the way we're going to do it in the heat, it's going to be exactly what we need. So everything is included in that regard. Pre-retreat men's group calls to connect, learn, and grow. So there'll be several men's group calls before we get to the retreat with all the retreat guys. So that way you get to know them ahead of time. It's super important for me to make sure that you feel like you belong in the group. So you'll have a chance to meet everybody and connect with them. And I only let people into the group who I know are a good fit. That's why I go through this very in-depth process, and it always works, and we always have the perfect group. And then some one-on-one time with myself or Colton to sauce it up and connect your deepest power. So whether it's a session with me or a session with Colton or sessions with both of us or sessions at the retreat or before or after, there's going to be time for connection, time for integration, time for all the things. Really, it just comes down to me communicating with you, you communicating with me what you need and what you feel like you need, and we'll make it happen. You're investing into an experience that encapsulates what I feel like you need based on what you're experiencing. And that's my job as the coach and the facilitator and mentor. of this and the guide of this experience. So just communicate with me and you'll have everything you need. And then leave willing to serve freely at the highest level that you're capable. So it entails that. It entails you feeling like when you leave, you're ready to be the best person you can be, and you are that person, and you share that person with the world because the world benefits from you being awesome. Right. So the goal. Look at these freaking gentlemen, man. This is from our most recent retreat in Florida. These guys are amazing. Some of these guys will be at this retreat, but my gosh, that just makes me happy. The goal is first and foremost, you like who you see in the mirror. All these guys, look at their smiles, man. They like it who they see. You open the door to your heart and have newfound love for yourself, the world, and the people you cherish most. Right? New eyes to see the world. That's what I really want you to leave with. New eyes. Wow, everything is so beautiful. I'm so beautiful. Like just this deeper connection to everyone, including yourself, and feeling like you can create and build and succeed in whatever direction that you feel you want to go in. Second, you have a new group of friends, brothers, who understand what it's like to live a life of purpose and for success while still being yourself. Okay, all of these guys are successful in their own right, whether it's business, in their careers, in their personal life, in their physical fitness and training, in their mental expansion and knowledge, in their spiritual awareness and their understanding of self and the world and the universe, etc. All of these guys are elite level guys. Right? That's what we're here for. We're here to connect with the best and take it even higher while still being ourselves, not losing sight of that. Finally, creating memories that you can hold forever. Right? Just laughing randomly and looking back and being proud of how you chose to evolve and rise into the legend that you are. I'm really big on memories. I really want you to feel like leaving this, you have so much that you can take away and just feel so good and connected moving forward in your life. Like that to me, that's what it's about. Right? So become a leader, lead a legend. Right? So how to apply? First and foremost, if you feel you're a good fit for this retreat, hit the application under this video and take time to really fill it out. It's like in depth. I wouldn't say it's very, very in depth, but it might take you 15 to 20 minutes, maybe a little longer. Give yourself full permission to take as long as you need. I'm going to read it very thoroughly. I really want to get to know you before we have a conversation. So that when we have a conversation, we feel like we know each other. That's important to me. By this point, I think that you probably have a pretty decent idea of what the retreat's gonna, what it's gonna have for you. And you can find out more with testimonials and the guys below to get even more clarity if you need it. But if you feel you're a good fit after you fill out the application, I will reach out to you personally with a text to chat. And then during this first call, I usually do 2 calls for the retreats. The first call is just me getting to know you. Like, oh, wow, these are all the things I read. And this is your application. It's amazing. But like, who are you? Tell me more. Let me understand you. And for you, feel me out. Like, get to know me. Feel if you're comfortable with me. Do I feel like I want to come on this thing? Do I like Graham? Do I want Graham to lead me in this direction? And if the answer is yes, then we'll set up a second call. And on the second call, all we're going to do is just, I'm going to take all the things that I learned about you from the first call. I'm going to put them into a little retreat blueprint to kind of walk you through exactly how I see you fitting into the retreat, where I feel like you're really going to gain, where I feel like you're really going to add value to the group, and ultimately how I feel like you can leave the retreat feeling and experiencing. And that's really important to me. I like to take the time to do that because I really want you to feel like I'm paying attention to you, like I am. Like I only have people come if I have the space for them in my life. That's why this isn't like an 8 retreat at once thing. This is 1 retreat. All my energy is focused here for the week. I don't really even talk to my clients while I'm there or anybody. I'm just focused on being there present with you guys because that is what I'm here to do and who I am present with you. But at the end of that, if you feel like you're still a good fit, I'll talk to you about the price, deposit options, payment plans, whatever. And then also it's important to note, like, I'm not the kind of person where if for whatever reason you're not a good fit or you're not ready for it, there's like other things you can get involved in. There's so many resources. We have a Leaders Legends men's group we meet every week. I do coaching. We have so many resources on YouTube. I have so many personal resources that I've created for my guys that I'm willing to share. We have a podcast. Like there's so many things to get your journey started. So it's all good. No worries. Most importantly, I just want to meet you. So if you feel like you're a good fit and you like to learn more, hit the application. Feel free to look through the testimonials and the journeys of the other guys who have been before you. If you have specific questions, reach out to me on Instagram at graham.lickner or yeah, that's the best place to reach me. And yeah, I mean, I'm just like looking at this. I'm so excited. Like this is going to be the best retreat that we've ever hosted. Myself and my co-facilitator Colton. That's Colton right next to me in this picture on the left to the left of me. I'm all the way on the right. He's the second in from the right. Incredible man. Uh, and I just want you to experience this. I just want you to experience that shift. It's the greatest. I think it's the greatest experience that one can have on earth, honestly, is to experience that joy of feeling good about who you are and feeling excited about the direction you're choosing to go and enjoying the success that you've earned while simultaneously feeling the freedom to be a little bit unattached, detached from everything, and just present with your life. And that's what it's about. It's about presence, peace, and power, and changing the world by changing yourself. So if you feel like you want to be a part of that, then apply and get in touch with me and make it known. I can't read all of your minds, guys. There's so many of you who are like on the outside looking in, and I made this video just to give you some insight into like me and why and how it works and what we're going to be doing. But ultimately, it's up to you to make the decision and make the choice. Again, I don't judge you for not wanting to do this work. It's deep. It could be the most challenging thing you've ever done in your life. Don't get me wrong. It's scary as hell, man. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been nervous, but that's why I said we need that love and that courage to connect. Love and courage. And if you feel like you have love and you feel like you're feeling the courage like you've never felt before because you know it's time to evolve and grow, then this could be a great opportunity for you. All you have to do is just apply. You might not really be ready to go, but at least I know you're on the radar and we can talk and maybe I can point you in the right direction. I'm willing to do that. So it's not an all or nothing thing. Just start the conversation. I'm a very open person, and I just want to get to know amazing people. And I'm in a really cool place in my life where Leaders to Legends and everything that we're building here is growing like a lot. The men's group, the men's retreats, my coaching practice, the men that are involved with this community, it's spreading. Men are more confident and finding more courage than ever to step into this arena and get connected with these incredible guys and start to actually do these things, safe space, do these things, play by their own rules, do these things, connecting with other men, and ultimately finding presence, peace, and power, and living the most incredible life that they could ever live, a life of your own creation. And that's what the retreat's about. That's what Leaders and Legends is about. And it's going to be freaking awesome. So thank you thank you so much for watching this. I just feel so grateful. And I really look forward to meeting you at the retreat or just wherever. Presence, peace, and power be with you all, my friends. Legends, bye.